So if I'm going forward, my left leg goes forward, the other one follows it. If I'm in a stance right here, right, I want to be like leaning on my back foot a little bit, right, but not heavily. I explain the importance of a good stance. Creates good balance. Good balance will help you have good footwork, okay? That is absolutely essential. If you have good footwork and a good jab, you're gonna be a really good boxer if you master those two things. All right, morning everyone. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you for joining me, really appreciate it. This video, we're gonna be talking about the philosophy behind footwork, right? Get you to basically understand the importance of it, how to think about footwork. And you know, I'm gonna bring in a few little demonstrations here and there, but this video isn't really gonna be that practical. I have made plenty of videos on, you know, maneuvering footwork and showing exactly how, where, when, and why. I'll leave the links up here, but this is actually a different type of video where I'm gonna explain to you, as I said, as a beginner, the importance of footwork and why you should use it, but from a different mindset, just to get you to understand what it does, because it is first or second most important thing in the sport, hands down. Now you could say keeping your hands up is the most important thing. I wouldn't argue with you unless you maybe have a style where it's heavy on the footwork and you need to use the footwork heavily, right? So philosophy, right? Philo means like love, right? And Sophy, which is breaking up the word, philosophy is knowledge, a skill, right? So I like to tie these videos in with a little bit of a theme. So the philosophy, obviously the wisdom, and you know how the values of footwork, you know, the philosophy is a big study in moral values as well as a lot of other. It's a very deep subject, but footwork is actually a very deep subject as well, but it's also very basic in the sense that, let me just show you right now, if you're just new to footwork, right? If I'm going left, I'm going to use my left foot. First of all, before you do anything, actually, you need to get a good stance, right? This is crucial. And I've made videos, and you know, every single video I explain the importance of a good stance. Creates good balance. Good balance will help you have good footwork, okay? That is absolutely essential for you to do that and understand that having a good stance to start off with is imperative. So if I'm going forward, my left leg goes forward, the other one follows it. If I'm going right, my right leg goes right, the other one follows it. If I'm going back, the back leg goes back, the other one follows it. Left, left, forward, forward, right, right, back, back. And that's basically as pure and simple as you can get it from a beginner standpoint. Yeah, there's a lot more other moves that come into play that you need to worry about eventually, but just for now, as a beginner, get that down, understand that. And I made a video about a box step, which is where you can step, punch, step, punch, step, punch, step, punch, because connecting your feet with your hands is another one of the most important things you can do. And using the ground, you know, I always talk about the ground as being your friend. Basically, you should look at it as like a tool for you, because without the ground, your feet are basically completely inadequate, right? You need the ground to maneuver. You need the ground to basically sit down on. If I'm coming in and I want to throw a hard shot, I'm biting down on the ground to push back up. If I'm moving around here trying to jab off my back foot, I can't do it without the back foot hitting the ground at the same time, roughly the same time as my hand jabbing or punching. You need the ground like you wouldn't believe. So just understand that, have a good relationship with the ground, have a good understanding that footwork is your first line of defense. Footwork is your first line of defense. You know, apologies about the light. It's really early here. I tried to get an early space so I can, you know, use the space before people pack it out, but I'm kind of stuck in this baseball court right here, baseball pitch, excuse me. But it's your first line of defense. Okay, so if someone's charging you, just step back. You can move circles, come around like this, right? That is the first thing you need to do. Really, you want to think about footwork as defense, right? Yes, you need it for offense. You need to put yourself in position. You need to be able to maneuver your opponent where you want them to. You need to have your foot positioned in the right place so you can strike, get your shots off. But ultimately, footwork is definitely for defense, yeah? And it's the combining the different feet. It's combining the different moves of footwork, whether it be pivot, whether it be stepping, whether it be side shuffling. And there's a ton more that you don't need to know right now as a beginner, but once you put them all together and as the channel develops, I'll definitely bring those in. If you guys are calling for it, I'll definitely help you out with all the terms, and you know, from shuffling, which is not lifting your foot off, you're just shuffling back to kind of escape quickly, right? As I said, from pivoting, step pivoting, shifting, which that like Mike Tyson, boom, boom, you know, where he shifts and gets an angle quick, you know, I guess plyometrics to a degree, where you're using the spring really quickly. You know, there's like obviously that Eastern European footwork. You got the rhythm in the US. You want to kind of be heavily on your back foot, right? Then you got that rhythm, right? I said heavily, that's not true. If I'm in a stance right here, right, I want to be like leaning on my back foot a little bit, right? But not heavily, just maybe 60% roughly. And then swinging back and forth, I can bounce a little bit like this. And then when I'm ready to strike, I can come forward like that, and the transfer of weight occurs there. But you know, typically, if you're just boxing around like this, using your feet, you want to be, you know, obviously in a good stance, but having a slight majority of weight on your back foot, right? It's very important. Yeah, the connection your feet has with the ground, right? Constantly, you know, when you're using footwork, you don't want to step too wide, right? I don't want to be stepping like this and stepping like this. I see beginners make these kind of mistakes all the time. Or if I'm crossing over, I don't want to cross under like that. Another big mistake, you're going to lose your balance. And footwork relies on balance for you to defend yourself and for you to be offensive as well, right? So when you're moving around, if I'm moving, stepping, I want to be in the same place really as I was, in the sense, the same stance here as I was here, as I was here, as I am here. Bam, 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 boom, boom, right? Pivot. This is maintaining a good balance, maintaining good stance, crucial. So yeah, I would certainly make getting good at footwork a priority. Shadow box as much as you can, daily, multiple rounds, working on your balance, working on your foot connection with the ground, working on not making any mistakes, yeah? Just keep it moving. You can work on the pivots if you need to. Keep it nice and tidy, bang, bang, all right? Use the ground, understand that that is your friend. Keeping your balance, relaxing. You know, a lot of these things might sound a little difficult to do all together, but you're gonna get better and better the more you practice, obviously. But shadow boxing, you know, get to doing that, you know, because the fundamentals, footwork, a jab, maybe a good 1-2, keeping your hands up, those things are, if you have good footwork and a good jab, you're going to be a really good boxer if you master those two things. So, philosophy of footwork. Understand the power of footwork, understand the importance of it, understand what it does. Mainly defense, but yes, of course, offense, connecting your feet with the ground, you know, using it as leverage, using it as the bite, right? If I'm here, I'm pushing off, I'm literally using, let me try to get a better shot actually. If I'm coming in here, I'm boom. I'm literally biting down, bang, if I want to get a powerful shot. Yeah, I'll try and get some better lighting next time when I'm in the other area, because I really wanted to show you guys and highlight the importance of the ground and the relationship, you know. Even if I'm just shooting a right hand here, a lot of the power, much of the power comes from the legs, comes from the ground up, the transfer of weight, the kinetic chain, boom, right? But you can't do that without good balance, right? If I'm down here, there's no way I can get anywhere near the amount of power. If I'm like this, not really, you're relying on your arms. So right here, again, back to a good stance, nice and relaxed, bam, bam, boom. The travel through, kinetic chain, yeah, think of that, it's like scientific. I'm gonna get a bit scientific on you. The Newton's cradle, those balls that travel through are harnessing energy through your body, right? A little high tech for beginners, but at the same time, it comes back to balance. It comes back to a good stance and having good footwork. Boom, boom. But anyway, that's it today. You know, next time I said I'll have the other place, I'm gonna put more daily videos like this where I'm just rambling, talking to you. Less practical stuff, but also a lot of good information in there as well. And as I said, I'm always grateful for you guys tuning in. That is it from me. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Be the best you can possibly be. Boxing on the Edge. If you enjoyed the video, smash a like. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. We've got loads of content on the way for beginners specifically, and a higher level of punching. So anyway, gratitude. All right, morning everyone. I hope you're doing well today. Today's lesson, we're going to be talking about footwork, okay? If you're a first-time beginner of boxing and you have just started, or you're a few weeks in, or even a couple of months in, you need to know about footwork and you want to learn about footwork, this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to tell you the basics of fundamental footwork. I'm going to talk about mistakes that are made. I'm going to also give you a drill at the end of the video so you can practice. And by the end of the video, you'll have a full understanding of how footwork works and how to implement it and how to practice it. Let's go.
Boxing.
Well, first off, I just want to say thank you for joining me. And secondly, I want to say well done. You're seeking out some information, and that's the first step to learning. So congrats on that. Now let's get into the video, okay? What is footwork in boxing? Basically, it's extremely important, okay? Very important. It's like probably the second or third most important thing depending on a boxer's style, but it can really be a big part, and it is a big part of defense, but also a massive part of offense. So it's really important that you learn it because it provides essentially good balance, all right? Good footwork can create good balance. Good balance makes a better fighter. I'll bring you guys in a little bit closer and I'll zoom in on all the elements that I'm doing. It's a big part of this channel, getting different angles so you can clearly and concisely understand what I'm talking about, okay? First things first, you need to have a good stance. This is imperative, whatever you're doing in boxing, okay? A good stance creates good balance. It lets you punch better, it lets you defend better, and it helps you move your feet better, okay? Very important. I made a video about that. I'll leave a link in the description. So get a good stance. Now this is gonna apply whether you're right-handed or left-handed. It's the same concepts, all right? First things first, you want to move your foot in the direction you're going in, right? That's obvious. But which foot do you move? Okay, with my left leg out front, if I'm going forward, I'm going to move my left leg first, all right? As you get more professional, if you get to that stage, there are nuances to this, but this is for beginners. So the left leg is going forward, and I'm just gonna take one step, and the back leg is just gonna follow it, okay? Step, okay, step. That's it, all right? That's going forward. Now, if I'm going backwards, the exact same thing is gonna happen, right? I'm gonna start with my back leg, right? If I'm going backwards, the back leg is steps and the other one follows it. And the big part of this is you want to end up in the exact same spot that I was in. And the big part of this is you want to end up in the exact same spot that I was in. Right, so if I'm here like this with my stance and I step, I'm the exact same position and same fighting stance, just a foot further forward. Now, if I'm gonna go right, I'm gonna take my right leg and step over. If I'm gonna go left, where am I going? Yep, you guessed it, left, step over. Back, back, forward, forward. That's it, right? That is essentially it. One foot follows the other. Whatever direction you're going in, if I'm going forward, the front foot steps. If I'm going back, the back foot steps. If I'm going left, the left foot steps. If I'm going right, the right foot steps, okay? Whatever direction you're going in, if I'm going forward, the front foot steps. If I'm going back, the back foot steps. If I'm going left, the left foot steps. If I'm going right, the right foot steps, okay? Then you have a pivot. Now, I made a short video about this. I'll do a full detailed long video very soon. But a pivot is just turning on the front half of your foot or the ball of your foot if you get better at it to create an angle, right? Okay, this cuts out the step process, right? I don't have to take so many steps. I can just pivot like this, pivot like that, pivot like that. Step, pivot, bam, bam. Okay, very simple stuff, but also really important that you understand these simple concepts of footwork, because you can apply them and you have to just maintain the consistency of it to get better at it, okay? Let's talk about mistakes. One common mistake is something called cross walking, right? Which is where I'll take my right leg and I'll cross under like this. All right, this is an error. You're going to give yourself some balance issues, obviously. I'm not going to be in a good stance, so I can't punch really, and I can't take a punch. So bad footwork can lead to bad defense, right? And bad offense. So bad footwork can lead to bad defense, right? And bad offense. So that's a no-no, right? Another no-no is to not go too wide, right? When I'm taking long, wide steps like this, I'm taking a step and I'm bringing this back. I want to step like that, okay? Step like that, step like that, pivot like that, step like that. So I'm in the same space every time. Boom, boom. Okay? You don't want to be out here. Once again, this is going to be a balance issue. I'm not going to be able to punch and I'm not going to be able to defend myself. Very important. Two simple mistakes that get made a lot that are quite easily to clean up. A third mistake is when you are getting from A to B, try to go on the front half of your foot, right? You don't really want to be using your heels to maneuver, right? That's obviously going to create a balance issue. Sometimes it can happen if it's just a little bit of the heel, not a big problem, but essentially you want to be as stealth and as quick as possible getting from A to B, right? So here, A meaning here, B meaning here. A meaning here, B meaning here, right? A, B. Now, I tend to say to fighters, don't hop, right? Someone in the comments the other day said, well, the Soviet style hop. Yeah, but they hop like this. All right, they're getting from A to B like that. It's a different style. Get A from A to B like that, all right? So don't hop too much. Be as stealth as you can. Don't cross your legs. Don't be too wide. Simple stuff. Just keep it right here, pivot, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. The basic fundamental points of footwork is to keep it balanced and efficient and consistent as you can, right? The same shape, every position I go in. Right, let's talk about a drill that I have for you guys, right? Very simple. I've made a separate video about this on the basics, but essentially if you're just starting out, step, punch, right? Do these things separately to start out with, because when you connect your feet and your hands, it might give you some issues. We can develop that and get into that, but if you're first starting out, just step, jab, step, jab, step, jab, pivot, step, jab, step, jab, step, right hand. You can mix in whatever punches you want. It doesn't necessarily matter what you throw as in terms of punching. It's just getting the footwork right, being in the same position as you were, shooting a shot, pivoting, stepping, jab, step, jab, pivot, step, jab, pivot, step, jab, pivot. Okay? So you just stepping, get your feet under you, get your balance under you, make sure you're in the right stance with your hands up, ready to fight, ready to punch, ready to block. Throw the shot, boom, step, boom, step, boom, you know? Basic drill for now. So quick summary, okay, because there was a lot to digest there. Go back and watch the video if you need to, but ideally just keep it simple, right? Stay balanced, watch the mistakes, make sure you're not making those mistakes, and just go slowly to start off with, right? Making sure you're in a good stance every time, and then when your feet are set, then you can punch if you're going to practice that drill. But making sure that you go in the right direction with your feet, the left foot or whatever lead foot is out front goes forward, right? The back foot goes backwards. The other one just follows it. That's really that simple. When I'm going left, the right foot follows it. When I'm going right, the left foot follows it. Really keep it that simple. Pivot, nice and easy with the pivot. And that's it. Take it from there, but practice a lot, shadow box a lot. Believe in yourself. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. My name's Henry. I have been teaching beginners for over 15 years, almost 15 years. and I really started to home in on exactly how to get beginners good, and I really enjoy it, and I would love nothing more than to help people online. So I'm going to finish with a piece of music that I made. Hopefully it can inspire you. It's called Belief. So get practicing, subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'll see you in the next one, where we're going to talk about how to improve your power as a beginner.
Boxing.